Update! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! LabTech pulled my number from my medical file. So some of you requested that I update my previous post if I ever heard back from the labs. Which I received a follow-up from HR. They said that they would be looking into this to 1. See if he pulled any more of my information too. To see if he's done this in the past, they're considering just letting him off with a warning, but as of right now he's been suspended till further notice and will be receiving a HIPAA refresher course. They have also sent out a general message to their staff to never pull personally identifying information, personal gain, and yes, that includes phone numbers. As for me, I won't be going out alone until this all passes over, and if it turns out that he did pull more than just my number, I will be contacting the local police department because that just isn't cool, and I'd like to avoid having a stalker. I don't know how his company is going about finding out the previously mentioned information. I didn't ask. But I will be receiving another update at some point. I'll post the previous post's link for those who didn't get a chance to see it. https www.reddit.com/r/relationship advice/comments/r861jx/labtech got my number from a profile /UTM medium equals Android app and UTM source equals share. Those electronic medical record systems often log every single interaction with your file. So they can likely go in and see who has looked at your file, when, and which portions of your file that they saw. That should be straightforward enough. HIPAA violations can be extremely costly to an organization, but IIRC, the fine goes to the government and not to the person whose data was breached. Willful violations can also constitute a criminal offense. Sounds like they're trying to sweep this under the rug. This is actually a really serious situation, and you might want to follow up with the proper authorities. Also consult a lawyer. Be a whistleblower for the HIPAA violation as well. Might as well make some money from this dumb lab tech. I wouldn't trust the company to do the right thing. As someone who has previously worked in pathology, every time you access a patient file on the computer, it is tracked. It may be more difficult for them to follow up if he is simply noting details off request forms. Listen, you need to speak with a lawyer, and most have a free consultation. You have evidence that he accessed your medical file for personal information and sent you sexually degrading messages, and their response is that he's going to get a refresher course. I mean, right now you can't even go out alone without worrying. And that's on them. Like, no. It's time to make them pay so that maybe they'll give more of a shit in the future to actually safeguard their records better. And that refresher course shit is a bullshit answer. There are numerous refreshers given on a range of things during an employee's tenure. This dude knew what he was doing was wrong and is getting no punishment for it from there. Description: you need to find out what your options are and to report it to a governmental agency. That company needs a thorough investigation done because they're very much lacking in any approach to this from what you've disclosed here. I handle similar information at my job, and were I to ever pull this, I'd be fucked legally so many ways I would never recover. This dude and his company need to be held to the same standards as anyone else. I would wager that this isn't something the company isn't unaware of. They just haven't faced any repercussions and aren't doing enough emo to counter this. Dude doesn't need to have a job anymore and should be in jail, fined for what he did do. That seems pretty light for his behavior. I think I would follow up with stronger words or a lawyer. They can audit what information he accessed with this sign-in credentials. It's something that they should be randomly monitoring on all staff to catch any bad behaviors. Source: work in a hospital. That would get me fired and most likely a police record. It's on my contract that I had to sign. It's highly immoral and I'm glad you did report it. Thanks for the update, Op. Glad you're being so proactive. Are you feeling okay? I think having to think about a potential stalker is probably pretty unsettling. So I hope you have friends or family to connect with at the moment. It sounds like they are taking it seriously too. It's obviously a good thing you reported it. A lot of people are letting agencies and individuals get away with invasion of privacy these days. That's a bad thing for all of us because it sets a precedent we don't want. I work in healthcare, and this is an automatic fireable offense in every organization I've ever worked for. What the fuck this world has become. They just do that, screenshot everything and then write your congresspeople they love that. Healthcare worker here. You absolutely need a lawyer. This should not be swept under the rug. The consequences for HIPAA violations have and always should be severe. Do not let this go. He should be paying thousands in fines and at the very least be potentially looking at criminal charges.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.